Hey, Mike, noticed that the first net rankings came out this past weekend. In this, weirdest of seasons, do you look at that at all, or is it less a concern right now, or do you still kind of keep an eye on them?
Well, you keep an eye on it. You know, we have to be aware of that, but it's still early, still a lot of games to be played, and it'll mean more later in the season, but you want to keep an eye on it right now.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, I was asking Carey about kind of going up against Charlie Collier. I mean, she's obviously had a heck of a season for him, and she didn't really seem to have any good answers. I was wondering if you had any about defending her.
Well, you got to be aware where she's at all times. You're going to have to get people to her. That I saw a mock draft the other day. If she come out this year, she'd be the #1 draft choice in WNBA. So she's that good. She's a pro player, and she's really she looks a lot quicker this year, looks a lot stronger. So, great player. So we're going to be aware, and they throw her the ball a lot. Whoever ends up guarding her better not, better stay intense and realize they'll lob to her at any time on the floor.
Sam Caniglio.
Hey, Coach. We're speaking to Carey and KK, and they both said, this season's been a little tougher because, the schedule whirlwinds and the testing and everything. Now that you guys are well into the season, I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on how your team has reacted to the adversity so far this season?
Actually, I think they've done a great job. I really do. They've done a great job. They're a lot younger than we are. They can flow a lot easier, and somebody my age, but they've done a great job. It's like that all over the country. It's just not at Western University, and that's what I keep telling them. Every team's going through the same thing. It's the teams that have the discipline. It's the teams that adjust and control what they can control. If you can't control it, then don't worry about it. Control what you can control and do what you can do.
Justin, go ahead.
Coaches, game against Texas, is this a good chance just to see where you guys are, how far you guys have come?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Justin. I think we're a pretty good team. I don't say it a lot, but I think I like this team. I like this team. We can score the basketball. We can score the basketball a lot better this year than we did last year. So I like that. Now, we need to become consistent. You're going to have some nights you're not going to shoot well, but that's why the defense has to continue to improve. And but I like this team. I think this team can score the basketball. I think we can score inside out, and I like this team as a rebounding team. And we'll see. Texas is very talented. They have some great players, and we'll see where we're at. I agree with you. We'll see where we're at on Saturday.
Kevin Kinder.
That you mentioned your shooting. You've got 3 players shooting great percentages from 3-point distance. What has contributed to that increase? Why are they shooting the ball so much better?
I don't know. I think they worked on it hard this summer. I think they worked on their game. I think, probably in practice, we're doing more offense this year than what we've had in the past. I think, because we can score the ball. I think you have to be able to score the ball nowadays. And I think, I hear a bunch of football player or coaches saying the same thing. The game has changed a little bit. You just can't play defense. You got to be able to score. And I think it's the same way in basketball. You got to be able to score the basketball. And I think we have people that can do that. I think any given night, Carey, Esmeri can have a double-double. I think Kaiser scoring the basketball, KK is, Madison is. So I think any given night we could have 4 or 5 people in double figures, and that's something we haven't had in the past.
Back to Justin.
Coach, last year when you guys went up against Mississippi State, players back then were talking about how scouting them, it was basically kind of like scouting themselves because of the similar styles of play. Obviously, Vic's come to Texas now. What are you seeing with what he's doing with that program? Is it still very similar to the things that you guys are doing?
Well, it's similar to what he did at Mississippi State. I mean, he hasn't changed a lot. I mean, they're going to play the man-to-man defense. They're going to press some. They're going to go in the paint and that type of stuff. But I think at Texas, he has more talent overall than what he had at Mississippi State. So, they're a very good basketball team. He does a great job, and we're going to have our hands full. But our players, make no doubt about it, our players going to come out and play hard. We're going to come out and compete. So it'll be a great game to watch.
Joe Mercado.
Like, you've had the same starting lineup for all 9 games. You've had 3 bench players that have played every game. Are you at the point where you want to kind of limit the bench and limit the number of players in the rotation, or do you still want to try to go 9, 10 deep if you can?
Well, it depends on the situation. It depends if we're in foul trouble or somebody's not playing well or something like that. But, I still think you got to get them a little bit of rest. I'd like to get them the starters a little bit more rest. And I keep telling the people coming off the bench, you determine playing time. You determine how long you're in there. And if they come in and play defense, come in and rebound and take care of the basketball, they're going to get more minutes. And, but yeah, I would love to continue to play the bench and go as deep as we can.